very badly. Hey Maddsters, welcome back. So, I don't know, I have a lot of free time. This is like my last week of school. I have one final, so I figured I'll just like make a few videos right now. So today's video is going to be about how Michigan handled COVID, which was extremely badly, like awful. Let me just tell you guys everything that Michigan did, which was literally nothing for quite a long time. So I'll start in the very beginning. Like last year, March 2020, when everything started, and we get the email, like first, I think it was a Tuesday. It was like classes are canceled for the rest of the week. So, we had like Wednesday, Thursday, Friday off, and so that teachers could like figure it out. And then I think it was like that Thursday where they just totally shut everything down. They're like, everything's going online. I can't really remember exactly, but it was something like everything's going online, like you're encouraged to go home. But as of right now, like the dorms are still open if you would like to stay. At that point, people were like, oh yeah, like I'm just gonna stay, do my classes here, it's fine. And then I feel like we got another email that was like, we highly encourage you to go home if you can. Obviously, if there are some extenuating circumstances, like you don't have reliable Wi-Fi, you're an international student, stuff like that, like you can stay in the dorm, but otherwise, like everyone leave. So basically, that weekend, everyone moved out. I do have my Corona move out vlog, so definitely go check that out. That one's so fun. So yeah, so that was the first thing. And then we had registration for classes, and basically all that said was, at that point, like all of my classes were in person, and if they weren't in person, it was like hybrid. And so I was like, okay, like maybe we could go back to a normal year, which obviously that didn't happen. So in the middle of the summer, there were all the changes to mostly online classes, but also some hybrid classes. So some of my classes were like the lectures online, discussions in person. Then it got changed again once we all got back on campus. And then it turned to majority online. I had one discussion that was like in person, but it had the online option, so then no one just went in person, so then that just turned online. So all my classes or actually this whole year, have been online. What I think what the university is gonna do for this upcoming fall, and to be honest, like I don't know why, like I don't know, they've said so many things. They said like full like online or hybrid or whatever, and everything is just so uncertain that it's hard. Like I don't know what they're gonna do, to be honest. Like I don't really trust anything that they say at this point until something happens. So there's that. So basically, I feel like obviously in March, like no school was really handling it very well. But yeah, so we come back in the fall, okay? And here's the thing. They raised tuition by 10%, which Michigan tuition, I would say, is already like a lot of money. And to raise it even more during like, all these economy issues is like kind of not great. So that was one terrible thing that they did. Number two, they charged us a COVID fee, which was $50. And they're like, oh, go pick up your COVID packs. Let me show you guys what it is. I opened it, but we get 2 bandanas, which apparently like don't even work, right? Like I'm pretty sure people say not to even use them. And then we get these 2 masks, which to be honest are terrible masks, okay? I think it was on TikTok where they didn't even pass the match test. But yeah, they're very tight. First of all, like my face isn't that big, but I wear these, and first of all, the cloth is like suffocating. It's like one of those masks that you breathe in and like the whole cloth goes in. And the like strings are really tight around your ears, so like these masks are actually terrible. Like they should have given us something better. But they're like, okay, pay $50 for this. And then also this little hand sanitizer. So they were giving it out at the beginning of the year. So like, oh, go pick up your COVID kit and whatever. So yeah, that wasn't great. That was annoying. And then first semester, literally our numbers were so low because no one was getting tested. Like everyone was getting COVID. Come on, like people come back to college. They come from all different parts of the world and the country. And obviously they're gonna like hang out, go out together. And so obviously like COVID was spreading a lot. But no one was getting tested because there was no way to get tested, okay? Like I have friends at the University of Illinois and they were getting tested like weekly first semester, okay? Just a quick little saliva test. Michigan had none of that. Let me tell you about how we got tested first semester. Probably about in like November-ish, I don't know. There was like this randomized community testing. So each week you could fill out a form and just be like, you know, your demographics, like where you live at the time. And then out of the people who filled out the form, you were randomly chosen to go and do like the little like half like up your nose test, like self-administered, super easy. But it's like, you can fill out that form every single week and never get chosen and never get tested. So I filled out that form every week and I got tested twice. So yeah, that was pretty bad. And then at that point, like, by then, it was too little too late because, you know, our quarantine housing was through the roof. Like, we were almost running out of space. And going off of that, since we were running out of space with our quarantine housing, they put us on lockdown for 2 weeks. So I believe, yeah, that was all undergrad lockdown. So undergrads could not use any of the facilities. Like, you couldn't work out, you couldn't go to the union, the library, most of the libraries are closed anyways. So basically undergrads like sat in the dorms or their houses or wherever they lived. Yeah, graduate students could do whatever they wanted, but like undergrads were put on lockdown for 2 weeks in November. So that wasn't great either. So yeah, overall, like, that whole thing was really bad. And then they were just like, literally everyone got it. And yeah, Michigan did very badly. And then, even worse, okay, you guys hear this. Winter, halfway through, they send an email to the poor freshmen in the dorms. And they're like, half of you have to go home. Like, we have 6,000 kids in the dorm, only 3,000 can stay. So the poor freshmen are like scrambling around trying to find, you know, like subleases, apartments, housing, like try to stay in the dorm maybe, or they already made plans to just stay home already. And then a couple days later, the university sends another email to them and is like, oh, like, just kidding, like, we have enough space in the dorms for more of you guys to stay. But by then, everyone found their subleases, everyone found their apartments, their housings for second semester. And then so now the dorms, there's like 1,700 kids in there, I think. So I was like, that was kind of annoying too. Like, those poor freshmen, they get kicked out and then they're told that they can stay. And then the people who do stay, they had to like move rooms within their dorm, which is so stupid. Like, if you were gonna stay in your dorm, just leave your stuff so you don't have to move it around. But now the dorms are all single capacity and there's like no one in there, I guess. But yeah, also I heard that the dining hall food wasn't that great, which is very upsetting. So that was pretty bad regarding poor freshmen and their experience. And then second semester, we get put on lockdown again. So we have another 2-week lockdown in like February, I think, because, you know, people came back from break or wherever they were, and then numbers go up again, and then there's huge outbreaks, and then everyone gets sent to quarantine housing and stuff. So that was our second lockdown. So, but at least for second semester, like, they started doing the saliva test each week. So now I use the facilities, like I have an on-campus job. So I have to like go and do the saliva test every week.
So I just finished working out and I'm now going to go get my COVID test. I'll show you guys how it works. There's a bunch of locations around campus and you just go, it's a saliva test. So here we go. Okay, so I'm at the little COVID station. This is my pack. There's my funnel in the tube. This is so funny. So you just like watch your saliva like go into the tube. Sometimes it takes a while. And then you have to do it like halfway. Then you throw the funnel out. Put the cap back on. You get little stickers that are like codes to scan it for you. So you put a sticker around the tube. And then one on the back.
So this is the Responsible app that everyone has to use and download on their phone. Basically, every day you do a screening check where you just basically press no, or else it'll come up with an X and you can't go anywhere. And so you have to do that. Then you can also show that you got your COVID-19 test done, but it doesn't really say if it's negative or positive, so I'm not really sure like what happens then if it's negative. And you just have to show that in front of every building you go to. And so that's a lot better But still, like, if you don't use the campus facilities, if you have an off-campus apartment or house and sit in your apartment all day, like, you don't need to get tested. So that is kind of another way that it can spread. But I guess testing is a little bit better. And then you can only get, like, your nose swab, you know, the one that goes all the way up, if you've been contact traced, I think. Like, if you've been exposed or known exposure, or if you feel symptoms. So, like, one day I was, like, feeling kind of sick, you know, kind of coughy, kind of gross. And I was like, oh my gosh, like, I have COVID. So I went to go get the nose swab, and I was fine. I just, like, had a cold, so I got antibiotics, and I'm fine now. But, yeah, those are the only two, like, basically the only two ways to get the nose swab. And then now it's coming around with, like, vaccine time, and I got my vaccine in Michigan, just not at the school. So first it was only, like, if you were working with the lab or with patients or in the hospital or you're, like, high risk. I think the big house was doing it where you, like, go and get your doses and whatever. And then they opened it up to more students, and then they're using the J&J, but apparently there's, like, blood clots for that, so then they changed it. I don't really know, because I didn't keep up with that, because I don't really care. So I guess that's a little better. Okay, you guys, I'm editing this. I realized I kind of forgot some stuff. So also in the beginning and the fall, there was, like, I had football tickets. I don't think I ever got a refund for those. And at first, they're like, the whole Big Ten is, like, gonna cancel stuff. And then it got postponed, and then it was on. And then, you know, so for the sports stuff, I really don't know what happened. But I didn't go to any sporting events. And as of right now, I still believe it's just players and their family and friends. So I'm pretty sure sporting events are, like, a no-go. I don't know about next year. And also, I totally forgot, but I just saw an article in the Michigan Daily, I'll try to find it and drop it below, that says that you have to be, like, fully vaccinated to live in the dorms for this upcoming year, I think, if I read that correctly. So, yeah, that's another thing, which I guess is good that they're doing for this upcoming year, but, you know, just another thought. Oh my gosh, you guys, I also totally forgot. I didn't even tell you guys about our wellness days. So in order for us to finish, like, end of April, we had to remove our spring break, and instead we started winter semester, like, a week later than normal. No spring break. Went 13 weeks straight, and we had 2 wellness days. So that meant that one Tuesday in February and one Wednesday in March we had the day off. So that was just fantastic, you know, like, that definitely really helped, I guess. No, it was literally awful and so annoying. It's, like, literally, like, one day in a month is how they are going to help us with COVID. So yeah, that happened too. Cannot believe I totally forgot to talk about that. Like, Michigan did a terrible job handling COVID. Like, you would think, like, oh, we're the best university, like, best whatever. It was trash, actually. Like, I felt so bad for the freshmen who got sent home. First semester, everyone got COVID and everyone got sick, and then Michigan was all like, oh, we're doing so great, like, first 2 months, our numbers are so low. Like, no, they're low because, like, you just aren't testing people. And by the time you start testing people, like, everyone has it, so then, you know, the numbers spike because, you know, everyone's already sick. But I don't know. For next semester, apparently I have, like, discussions that are in person. All the lectures that I have are online, which is whatever. I don't really care. People are like, oh, is it gonna get better? I don't know. Like, to be honest, I really like the online school lectures. Like, yeah, it's kind of boring and tiring just to watch a screen all day, but you get done faster. It's easier to take tests online because a lot of them are open notes. Like, I don't mind the online platform. You have a lot more time in the day, so that's really nice. But we'll see. And then I don't know how they're going to do sporting events or anything. But, like, I have my football tickets, I guess. I don't know. I feel like overall, like, Michigan could have handled it way better. Especially not done that tuition increase. Like, I don't think that was necessary. And just done better, like, trying to get us tested. I mean, it's too little too late at this point. But it's fine. And to be honest, like, now it's pretty much herd immunity. I have not had it, which is crazy because literally, like, I would say about 95% of the people that I know and that I live with have gotten it, and I never got it. So, I don't know, knock on wood. maybe my immunity is just fantastic. Yeah, but also, like, sometimes they give out these other masks. So this one is like LSA, but look, like the wire is coming out. You guys see that? It reminds me of when I had braces and like my wire and my braces would come out and poke my cheek. So like these masks are very bad too. Just like not great, not a great thing that they've done here. So if you're thinking about coming here and like how university handled COVID is kind of an influential decision for you, to be honest, don't come here because they did a very bad job. But whatever, it's up to you. But yeah. Okay, sorry about this rant, but I've just been like kind of frustrated with everything and how they did it all. But it's fine, I'm going home soon. So yeah, I hope this was helpful to some extent just to like know what actually happened here, because they might like say, oh, we did such a great job, but like you didn't, so it's okay. Okay, yeah, let me know if you need anything, but thanks for watching. Bye, Maddsters!